and that may be significant to agriculture.
Yeah.
That being a recent visit from Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards and Agriculture Commissioner Mike Strain, who has a total cool factor of 10.
Yeah, I know
Mike
you like
Strain.
him.
Well, it was quite informative to Northwest Louisiana farmers and ranchers.
Some of the most important people around. Neil fills us in with his Architects in-depth report.
And the 17 years of being a cattle rancher, Marty Wooldridge has pretty much seen it all. Floods, droughts, changes in regulations, prices up, prices down, but hard work that has earned his operation national acclaim. But recently he witnessed a first, the landing of a state police helicopter on his cattle ranch north of Mooringsport. The whirlybird brought Governor John Bel Edwards and Dr. Mike Strain, Commissioner of Agriculture, to a pre-planned stopover on a statewide tour called Listen to Agriculture.
We know we're extremely honored to have gotten the phone call and asking to host something for the Commissioner, Mike Strain, and for Governor Edwards. You know, it's not often that we get the governor to extreme northwest Louisiana, and it's not often that we get state politicians out on the farm.
The turnout of farmers and ranchers filled this medium-sized barn, which was buzzing with concern over Louisiana's $11 billion farming business.
Farmers and ranchers are always worried about our disaster situation from the past year or two, the extreme weather events, the floods especially, that we've been through. You know, we're right now, so we're always looking for the Commissioner's help on that. And, you know, when it comes, we have to keep them on our side, because when it comes to us going to Washington and looking for help in the dealing with the matters that are out of our control with Mother Nature, when we need Washington's help, we need the governor and we need the commissioner with us.
Right off the cuff, a question arose from a farmer who operates in Red River Parish, concerned about getting his harvest shipped to destinations for less cost. Then the conversation turned to Old Man River.
Well, first of all, the Red River is incredibly important. I came up to a Mississippi River Commission meeting not long ago at the port, and one of the things we talked about was the need to make sure that we could be as competitive as possible by dredging and getting the river to, I think it was 15 feet, all the way up to that port and perhaps beyond. But even with the capacity that we have there now, some of the folks were saying that their freight costs on soybeans would go way down if they didn't have to ship those soybeans up to Little Rock and other places, but could put them on a barge somewhere between Shreveport and Bossier and Alexandria. And so that's something that we're going to leave with. Mike and I, we're going to try to figure out how we can help them to make that change.
The discussion quickly turned to the growing problem of feral hogs. According to Dr. Strain, the state as a whole eradicates some 350,000 wild hogs a year, which is not enough. The number needs to be incredibly some 400,000 per year. Stephen Logan of Gilliam voiced his concern.
Well, they're a real issue, and they're a real economic issue. Not only do they cause damage, you know, visual damage to your crops, they make it look ugly, they do a lot of damage where you have to go back and do field prep, but they cause a lot of monetary damage, particularly in the spring when we're planting. And they're coming out of the wintertime, they're hungry, and we're going out and planting our seed, whether it's corn or soybeans or really any of our crops. And they do a tremendous amount of damage, not only what they directly feed on, but the delays they cause in us going back in and having to replant the field. Your yield potential is much lower, your timing is all off.
Some suggestions on eradication of feral hogs came from Ricky Kilpatrick of the LSU Ag Center. But then, another cause of concern with cuts to the Ag Center became a hot topic.
Talking about the LSU Ag Center's budget, it has been cut $20 million over the last 10 years. And so we need to stabilize that, you know, their income. And what's happening with my boards and commissions, many of the boards and commissions that are under my agency that send research dollars to the Ag Center are actually taking money from their promotion dollars and adding it to research dollars to help fund the Ag Center.
The meeting at the Wooldridge Cattle Ranch lasted for about an hour and a half. Dr. Strain left us with an interesting perspective.
And our people here, you know, and again, this is probably the first time that a sitting governor and a sitting ag commissioner have toured Louisiana talking to farmers since the days of Harry Wilson and Earl Long.
And as the chopper departed, there was a lot of hope that these discussions would fly, literally, back to those decision makers in Baton Rouge. Yeah, I think he rides here.
I'm going to have to make him wait a little bit.
All right, then. Other topics, closed bridges or substandard bridges. You know, these farmers have to move this stuff down the road. Also, they come to a bridge that just can't handle the weight. Dedicated funds to remain, guess what? Just that.
For the farmer.
Dedicated funds. And competitive sales taxes. Purchase of farm equipment in Louisiana has more tax than Texas and also Arkansas. All of these things that I didn't know. And guess what? The governor didn't know.
He didn't either.
And he is taking notes,
Wow.
and he is writing, and he is naming names. And I really do see this. This is the way to do it. This is the way to get it done.
Oh, he's making the effort to get out there with them.
No backbiting, no name calling or whatever, but let's move forward for all the best. Thank you, Farm Bureau of Louisiana, also for your help in this.
I thought what jumped out at me was they eradicate 300